So the top stocks in these markets, where are they lurking? That's what we're going to talk about in this video, guys. Now, I know it can be super tempting to go out, pick up these stocks that are down 25, 30%, that have dropped massive in a single session. But this is where a lot of retail investors struggle, guys, because these are the types of stocks that there are cracks in their story and they're going to take some time to iron out. It's unrealistic to expect this massive V-shaped recovery. So those types of stocks, you might see them lower in 3, 6, 9 months time, right? So you could be super patient with those types of stocks. Now I'm looking in areas of like travel, mega cap tech, and the semiconductor space. These are all areas in the markets that have shown resilience in their earnings, and moving forward, they're given some positive outlooks, all right? Where a lot of other industries, a lot of other companies are unable to do that right now. So if you look at the travel space, it's natural, guys, to assume as we go through the next couple of months, as we head into the peak season for the travel space, earnings are going to pick up. These companies are going to continue to do well. Mega cap tech, resilient as always, and the semiconductor space is just firing on all cylinders. That being said, guys, Nvidia just dropped their results tonight, and it was a blowout performance all round. If you look at their main business lines, that data centers, the gaming, the PC, through the roof, guys. The business is continuing to accelerate and really just marking their ground as the #1 in the space. It was super hard to floor their earnings on any front. If we really want to be picky, yes, the automobile segment of the business was a little bit on the slower side compared to the other fast moving areas in the business. But we know they just secured that partnership with Jaguar. So that just sets them up for future lucrative partnerships just like that as we continue forward. And we should expect much of that, all right? So phenomenal performance all round. Now, yes, the after hours action in Nvidia is a little bit on the weaker side, but you got to remember in yesterday's session, that stock was up like 8%. So the market had pretty much already priced in quality earnings, some good numbers, all right? So I'm not surprised to see weakness in the after hours. That is not really a reflection on anything. So the stock is good, story remains intact. And to top it all off, guys, was their guidance. Those guidance numbers expecting to do like 8 million in the next quarter versus estimates of like 7 million. So it just means moving forward, the business is going to produce just as high class results as they have done this time round. Now, the last time I picked up Nvidia, they were trading somewhere around in that 220 range. They're currently around that 260 level. If we see them drop down a little bit more, I would be a buyer to add to my position. Got to touch on AMD as well, another class act in the semiconductor space. Last week they delivered their earnings. The market was happy. We saw good moves, right? Good numbers all round. Outlook remains strong. But check it. The CEO of AMD came out and said that this supply chain shortage that is going on right now should continue right through 2022 and into 2023 is where she sees it easing up. So this is actually good. This is something we want to take note of because it means that if we're going to continue to see the supply chain crunch in the space, it is very good for the players in the sector, the AMDs, the Nvidias. This is because if we have low supply, they can continue to hike up their prices, keep their prices elevated. And because there's just insane levels of demand, now you've got high demand, high prices. It's no wonder why these stocks are cash machines right now, generating tons of revenues, tons of profits. So we should continue to see that same type of situation right through the year. But this is the thing, going into 2023, when the supply issues ease up, naturally, when supply comes down, the price will come down. So that could have an impact on their earnings. So we might see a slow year for the semi space next year. But for me, that's just another quality buying opportunity. Now, yesterday, guys over the Discord, right, we made a lot of money on AMD calls. So make sure you guys get yourself down there. Join us over at the Discord. Link is in the description below. We're a team of winners over there, and we would like to see you guys over there, all right? Now, I told you guys about 2 quality semiconductor plays, Nvidia, AMD. To throw a couple of quality names out on the smaller side of things, we got On Semiconductor, we got Marvell, okay? 2 quality companies in their own right. doing very well, exceptional performances, and I expect them to do well this year as well. But if you stick to the bigger guys, you'll do just fine in my opinion, right? The story for the whole semiconductor space makes perfect sense. You got to think about it like this. They facilitate fast moving end markets. It's all about increasing technology. It's all about increasing innovation. As those continue to tick and drive up, these companies will continue to be more and more successful, right? So the outlook remains very strong, remains very good for these companies, in my opinion. Now, when you guys out there in the markets, obviously, you want to understand your purpose for going ahead and buying into stocks. Is it for a trade type of position? Is it for a long-term hold type of position? Now, with these semiconductor stocks, there's nothing that indicates they're going to spike tomorrow or next week in the markets. We might see a little bit more downside, as a matter of fact. That's a possibility. But if you are looking to pick them up, just be mindful if you're looking to pick things up for a trade, then you have your exit point where you go ahead, take the profits, or if you're going to be long-term holding, look at certain levels that you want to get in at. All right, told you guys last time I picked up Nvidia was around that 220 level. Last time I picked up AMD was around just sub 100, around that $99 level. So I'm gonna get these stocks closer to these types of levels so I can make entry again to add to positions. Right, so that's what I've got for you guys in this one. Catch you in the next one.